Vivek Ramaswamy is the CEO and founder of Roivant Sciences. He's currently serving in Ohio's coronavirus response team. We're happy to have him on tonight. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. So it seems to me that you need, for a vaccine rollout like this in a huge country like ours, a great deal of social trust. You need people to believe this is rooted in science and it will be handled fairly. And I can't think of a clearer way to send the opposite message than this.
I agree with you. I think that public trust in the vaccine is key. This is the fastest vaccine development program we've seen. And I can't think of a worse way to foster public trust than to say, hey, black and brown communities, why don't you guys go first? I think the principle is simple. Take the approach that saves the maximum number of lives in the near term. And that's going to be going to the elderly population, working backwards, and then everyone else waits in the same line after that. Save for healthcare workers, of course.
But there's an undertone here that I know is politically useful to the Democratic Party, but that seems gravely damaging to me. And it's this, that somehow there is a conspiracy on the part of somebody to use COVID-19 to kill people on the basis of race. Now, I'm open to any theory and anything, but I don't see any evidence whatsoever for that, and yet politicians keep suggesting it. Is there any evidence of that?
I don't think there's evidence of that, but I think you get to the heart of the matter where this is divisive. Using race as the basis for distributing a public good in this country is the antithesis of what America is supposed to be about. I think it sets a dangerous precedent. And I'd say, Tucker, think about it the other way. Now, we hope that all is going to go well, and I fully expect that it is. But this is a powder keg waiting to explode if we say go to minority communities first, and then God forbid something even appears to go wrong. I think this could be one of the dangerous mistakes of our century if we really use this moment to racialize the distribution of a public good.
That is such a wise point. That is exactly right. And we all pray. I mean, we are rooting. I think everybody is rooting for this vaccine profoundly. But if there were a problem, and we don't know, and they were on record saying, oh, black people take it first. I mean, talk about increasing the level of distrust, paranoia, craziness, badness in the country.
Or even the appearance of that, right? Even the appearance of that, I think there couldn't be a single thing worse for undermining race relations and undermining our solidarity in this country. And I also am worried about the precedent that it sets in the future. Is this how we're going to distribute public goods or medicines in the future? If so, I think that's the beginning of the end of the American dream and the American vision as we know it.
Well, why wouldn't it be? I mean, we're told every day this is the greatest public health crisis of our time. This is the vaccine for it, and they're using those criteria to distribute it. So why wouldn't those be the criteria for everything?
Well, I'll tell you this, Tucker. Complexity favors the people who are well connected. And it's also a funny anecdote in all of this. New York investment bankers have managed to qualify themselves as essential workers. And that's for a provision in the rules that was designed to apply to bank tellers. So in a certain sense, this is just what we've always seen all along, is the well-connected are using a smokescreen of woke values to cover up for a complex system that the same reason as the federal tax code's complicated, it helps those who are in power. You know that as well as anybody.
That is such a great point. In fact, will you just repeat that one line, and just so everyone can get a pen and write it down and put it on the fridge?
Complexity favors the well-connected. And they use these woke values as a smokescreen to trick you from seeing that. Now, I run a company. That is what companies up and down Silicon Valley, up and down both of our coasts and now in Wall Street are doing too, is espousing these woke, seemingly progressive social values to hide the fact that they want to make an extra buck and consolidate extra power. That's what this is all the way down, and now we're seeing it in science too. It's pathetic.
Man, nicely put. Thanks so much, Vivek. Great to see you tonight.
Good to see you.